here we go.
Yes, sir. The boys are back in town.
Rap Sports News,
RSN Podcast.
Yeah.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, y'all. It's the end of the week.
Yes, sir.
Thank God it's Friday.
We made it, man.
Boy.
We lived to fight another day.
Live to fight another day. All right. So let's talk some rap, man. We had some interesting things that happened at the Breakfast Club.
Uh-oh.
So Charlamagne said that Cardi B has the same impact on female rap that Drake and Jay-Z had for male rap.
That's a big statement.
Right?
That's a real big statement right there. And I'm gonna say I can't disagree. I'm gonna say I can't believe I'm saying this. But I'm gonna say I can't disagree, man. Only way I could say that you can't say that yet is because the length of time. Like Jay been around for 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
Drake
like
been
96.
around for what?
Almost 13 years.
Something like that, 13, 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
So Cardi ain't been around that long. But if we're already saying that, then that shows that, you know what I'm saying, she's really had a huge impact. I think, like we were talking about earlier, the difference is, and the reason why, right? Like if you were to say, if there were a guy, Cardi, I don't know who you would compare, like on the other side, who's been around the same time frame, I'd be like, if it was a guy, I'd be like, no, you can't say that. Because with male audience, they don't support as strong and as fast as the female audience, it feels like. You know what I'm saying? It take a little bit more to get them. But with the female audience, you seem like they get like that support. If they like you, like they behind you type of thing.
I think it's because they feel underrepresented in rap.
Yeah.
I think it's changing now. I think there's starting to be more female rappers out. So they feel they have more choices. Like with men, we have like a ton of rappers that are men. So, and it's been that way since the beginning. And like women, they've always been around, but I think like in the last like 5 years or so, they really all came out.
Yeah, and then also, one point that I just thought about was like with the men too. Even if you don't want to hear something current, you still got the older artists. You know what I'm saying? Nas is Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That you could still count on good music from. Not saying you can't count on good music from older female artists, but you don't hear them as much. I mean, I can't tell you. You know.
I'll go back and listen to Missy all the time.
Yeah, Missy,
or Eve.
But they're not still making music like consistently or putting out albums, stuff like that. So I think that's the difference. I think that's the only difference I would say is, like you said, is more options versus you got to go back to listen to Missy because you ain't have that many options.
It's funny you said that because this week I actually went back and I've been listening to Keith Murray.
Yeah. Was that him? No, that was somebody else I'm thinking of that I saw a video of recently that was, I think on YouTube or something like that. But no, okay, yeah, Keith Murray, he had, man, I feel like more people don't, I would think more people would know about him.
Yeah, that's another one of our underrated rappers.
That's crazy.
When I say underrated, that's what I think.
That's a whole nother topic right there. That's crazy.
So you wanna kind of go into this week with what else happened on the Breakfast Club?
Yeah, with the Drake thing or with the
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
All right, so Tez Figaro and Vivek Ramaswamy, he's running for president right now on the Republican side.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, you know, Tez interviewed him, and a lot of people are kind of upset with her because they feel like she didn't represent right. She was asking questions about like, what did you do in the 6th grade? What are you doing today that
drunk Capri Suns?
Right. Asking what he did in high school. You know, he said he ran for council in high school or whatever. Yeah. And then he was working at a hospital, but he said, you know, I did that so he could go to college or it would look good on his application.
I didn't like it.
Also, you know, he created different medicines, and she said, I don't care about none of that.
We don't care about the important stuff. We just
we want to know what you did in the 6th grade.
We just want to know what you did, you know. Why you in elementary school and middle school and high school? I didn't get that. I just did not get that, man. If it's almost like what's that old statement? Don't argue with a fool because people from afar can't tell who is who.
Right.
It almost felt like he might have been better off just being quiet and let her talk as much as possible.
Yeah, but she came in the room disingenuous. She says she's an independent, and I think that's a smoke screen because the Breakfast Club comes off super liberal to me.
You know what? You can tell she had foul intentions or had a motive from the jump. It's like it wasn't a genuine interview. It was an attack.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that. It wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look. However you personally feel about it, don't use the platform and that opportunity to go at somebody. If you felt like a way, like talk to them directly. But don't, you know what I'm saying? You got people, a huge influence of people watching this. And some people, everybody gonna have their own opinion, but it's just like make the most of that situation. Don't,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Downgrade it.
That's what I was thinking. The same exact thing you're saying. I was like, you had this opportunity to really talk about some real issues. There's so much going on in Black America right now that you could have talked about. You took that opportunity to ask about, questions no one really cares about. Who cares what he did in high school? In high school, I was a thief. So, I mean, I was a selfish little kid. Like,
oh, man.
And now we're the #1 podcast in Atlanta. So what does that have to do with anything?
It's crazy. Yeah, to your point, she kept bringing up the high school part. Like she's obsessed with what he did in high school. I didn't get that. I really didn't get that. I mean, the other thing I would have appreciated if Envy would have not took up for her.
Yeah.
Like Envy was like, let her finish her question.
Yeah, she said that he was talking over her, but the whole time she was talking over him. She didn't let him answer. She didn't want him to answer.
You think Envy was being politically correct and trying to stand behind her?
I think he was trying to like be down for his team or whatever, but it
wasn't right. It wasn't the right situation. Like in some instances, right?
She wasn't good for that interview.
Yeah, in some instances, it's like
none of them really were.
Nah, it's like one of those things where you say like, okay, if you with somebody, like if you and your crew go somewhere and your man wrong,
you're gonna stand up for him wrong.
You're gonna stand up on while you're out in front of people.
Yeah.
And then you gotta pull him aside, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like you was completely wrong for
but
that.
I don't think Envy even pulled her to the side.
Nah.
And she embarrassed herself a lot. She's going viral right now for looking dumb.
She embarrassed the whole situation, the whole Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They gotta get that one right though. She had to make a statement or something.
And that was my thing, right? Another thing I'm gonna add. A couple weeks ago, they were talking about how we love blue collar workers across the country. When old girl said that she doesn't date bus drivers or whatever, right? They had a chance to sit down and talk to them and say, hey, what are you going to do about fair housing? What are you going to do about the wages? They didn't say nothing about that the whole interview.
Yeah. I mean,
40 minutes, they didn't say nothing like that. They didn't stick up for the blue-collar workers that they love so much.
And then on top of that, it's like now any other politicians or people, who are in power are going to look at those interviews and like, okay.
They playing gotcha moments.
Yeah.
They playing gotcha moments. Yeah, Tez got to figure that out.
Yeah, you got to get that one right.
All right, let's
What's up with Drake, man?
Drake been outside this week, man.
Drake need to go back in their houses, man. Let me get this picture, Drake.
So Drake was at I don't know, the bowling alley, McDonald's, the Wendy's. I don't know where he was.
It was at some restaurant. I think it was. I thought it was a restaurant or something. I could be wrong.
A fan taps him on the shoulder. Hey, take this picture real quick. Nah. And he completely curves her and acts like she's invisible.
Like and the thing about it was, like he did it with like it was a normal thing. Like it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't faze him at all. He just like,
nah, he does that all the time. Now we know that Drake be curving his fans.
Yeah, if you see Drake, don't ask for a picture
because he gonna just pretend you invisible. But all right, so was he wrong though at that moment?
I mean, I feel like it's tough, man, because I don't know what she said too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't like the gesture that she made because it just seemed like she just assumed he was about to do it. To me, like if you just tap someone and start playing with your hair and then putting your phone up, it's like you just know he's about to just start cheesing in your picture.
It's like okay, one aspect of it, because everybody gotta understand both sides. All right, so like the fan aspect, maybe she was excited. Oh my God, it's Drake. Never thought I had this opportunity. Let me take a picture with him, right? But the flip side of it is, you know, like you gotta have a common courtesy too. Like you're a human being at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can't just assume or like that he's obligated to take the pictures.
Yeah.
So you gotta look at it from both sides.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him at all. You know, if he don't want to, he doesn't want to. That's completely fine.
So we're not canceling Drake.
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I don't let nobody cancel Drake. Not over that. Maybe. Nah, never mind. All right, so
speaking of Drake.
So Drake and Childish Gambino. Drake said that Childish Gambino's song "This Is America" was over-awarded and overrated. So the backstory to this is that Childish Gambino said that "This Is America" started off as like a diss towards Drake, but then he liked it a lot, so he changed it and he made it a real song.
I want to hear the original. I want to hear, because I'm thinking, right, with that beat and everything, like how would that diss have gone?
I don't know, because now we see the full picture of what he made, and it was amazing for that time, especially what was going on when it was talking about all the mass shootings going on. It's
still, which is still happening, right?
Right.
I think that's an interesting story. I feel like this is the thing, and it's just me. He should have never said that. Childish Gambino. I think he should have never let the cat out the bag that was a diss for Drake.
Right.
I feel like he should have kept that to himself, because now, one, if I'm Drake, I got this lined up for him. You know what I'm saying? But then two, it's like, you know, if you pull back, it's like, it's almost like, you know, you about to shoot the shot, and you're like, nah, I ain't gonna shoot the shot, and you just walk away. But then later come back, I was gonna shoot that shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't tell us like you was gonna do it but didn't do it.
All right, so hypothetically, who do you got? Drake or Childish?
Shit.
Bar for bar.
Man.
Both of them get a diss record. Who is coming out victorious?
We got Ghost Riders?
No Ghost. Well, I mean, I guess they could.
Oh, man. This is the thing. I never heard Childish Gambino on a diss record before. I heard back to back. So, bar for bar, I gotta go with Drake. But as far as the overall song, I go with Childish Gambino.
So I think Childish would win in a battle. Just because he's the underdog, but he's so creative to me.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said the song, because like it's like he got creativity, like the way he goes about it. But I just never heard him come at somebody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I always heard, like I think he's better at like better creativity and more originality. But I don't know how that translates into a battle. Into a battle. That's the thing. Like, for all my battle rap fans out there,
let us know.
Who would win? Drake or Childish Gambino? Who would you compare these two? Like, I would compare Childish Gambino to Hitman Holla. Who the hell I compare Drake to? Maybe Surf. So that's like a Hitman Holla versus a Surf type of, you know what I'm saying, type of battle. And even that's tough because, you know,
I would go with Hitman Holla on that. But
they battled before back in the day, but
it's just because out in Jersey, like they love Surf too much.
Yeah, I said rest in peace. Get home soon, Surf, man. He's still locked up right now.
All right, so let's talk about India Arie. I am not my hair.
Oh,
she said I am not twerking my.
You're gonna have a new joint.
All right, so she criticized Megan Thee Stallion and Janelle Monáe for Sexual Essence Festival performance. Let's see.
That's a tough situation right there.
No, this is what she said. The issue is, what is context? Humanity does everything, but does everything belong on stage? India Arie commented. No is everything for kids. No is everything for everybody. So when we as a culture make something this mainstream, it shows lack of discernment and discretion.
So, did she specifically call those two names out?
Yeah, she said Janelle Monáe and Megan Thee Stallion.
So, all right. So this is my take on that. I'm not mad at what she said because those are facts, but I don't think she should have called them out because there's a bazillion people. You know what I'm saying? You have to. That's a long list of people who that can apply to.
This is some things that fans said. Don't nobody give a damn what India Arie thinks about Megan Thee Stallion and Janelle Monáe.
Oh.
Let's talk about India Arie. Why was Pink on I Am Not My Hair remix?
Oh.
Please be auntie hyping up the girls in the Facebook comments. Don't be India Arie.
Oh.
Who gives a F what India Arie thinks?
I think it had good intentions, but it blew up in her face.
So a lot of people agree with you. Look, I guess I think about it a little bit deeper. I understand where she's coming from. She's saying that, you don't gotta over sexualize yourselves on stage. She's an artist. She was a real artist. She was a, what do they call it? Like flat foot singer, where you just show up and sing and your talent just shows through. And Arie was an amazing artist for her time back in 2002-ish?
Yeah, I think it was somewhere between 99 and 2002.
Yeah, so like she comes from
she still got new artists, newer music too. She came out with some newer music, I think, after that.
Yeah.
But
her most popular from what we've seen was during that early 2000s. Yeah.
I mean, look, respect to all artists out there trying to do what they do, right? I think, I just feel like the message is absolutely A1. Like, you ain't gotta do certain things to get attention and all that. But at the same token, it would be with the day and age we live in, it's kind of tough to single people out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, it's tough to single people out because when you do, you leaving out a whole lot of others that the situation applies to. I think if it was a general statement, we wouldn't even be talking about it.
Exactly. But, shout out to India Arie.
Word. Shout out to India. Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. And shout out to Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, Janelle can do whatever she wants. I think she was out there with the pasties on.
You stupid.
All right, so Coi Leray just dropped her album Coi.
Uh-oh.
And she sold 10,000 copies.
The first day?
The first week.
Oh, man.
So people have been kind of ragging on her about it. She had a big song, Girls Are Plays Too, which had I think 38 million streams on Spotify. But her songs, they're hardly even getting past 300,000 spins.
Wait. So she sold, how does this work? She sold 10,000 records, but she had 300,000 streams?
Yeah, on individual songs. On some songs. It's not every song.
Okay.
I think that's people buying the whole album together.
So basically what you're saying is people prefer singles over the whole album.
Right.
Sheesh. That just goes back to the whole, as an artist, who's she signed to?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, that just kind of goes back to the whole starving artist notion. Unless you on a big record label or big independent or whatever, to actually sell a full album is tough, man. It's tough these days because people's attention span is so short. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They listen to a single here and there or a single. All right, let me go to the next joint. And they won't listen to a full body of work the way they used to. Mm-hmm. I think that's what's being shown. And we thought before, I felt like it was a big notion that this only applied to like older artists. Artists has been around for a while, and then you artists is selling like crazy. Remember Uzi came out, everybody was like, "Oh, Uzi got this many streams and da da da." I feel like it's starting to trickle down into the newer artists as well. That okay, you got an album, you might as well just put out
singles,
whatever many singles.
If I was her friend, that's what I would tell her.
Yeah.
So, like, the thing with Koi, I think that some people don't like is the nepotism effect. Because her dad was famous, and I think some people might see that she had it easier getting into the industry, even though she said he didn't help her. She's a high school dropout and all that stuff. So,
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was out here cutting up, but
I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know all the backstory and all that, but
I think she's kind of bigger than music because she just has that star quality. Like, you can tell she's a star, but I don't know, it's not cutting through in music like that past her singles.
Hey, maybe she needs to start acting or something. I don't know.
I think some people think that. Maybe
start acting. Hey, shout out to you. Keep doing what you're doing. A star gonna shine no matter what.
Because the girls are players too.
Word.
All right. Talk to us about
Busta
Rhymes. What he got going on? What was you telling Ebro about?
Shout out to the Busta Bus. Yeah, Busta Rhymes is on Hot 97. Ebro, it was an Ebro in the morning, one of them shows. And he had a really good interview, man. It was a really good thing. It was about 45-minute interview, something like that, with Ebro. And one of the things that stuck out to me was his, he was going into how he's been working with Pharrell, Swiss Beats, and Timbaland, and how beyond the music, they helped him get back to, feeling like himself as a person and as an artist. Because he was going through some things. I don't know specifics, but he was going through some personal things. And they was by his side, and he was his most vulnerable with those three individuals who helped him get back to feeling alive, feeling like the Busta Rhymes we all love and know, right? Mm-hmm. So they are not welcoming, but working on his new album with him, and they're actually not only producing it, but overseeing the entire aspect of an album. So if there's other producers on there, they're overseeing, those songs. They're overseeing the aspects of the video, everything, videos, any visuals, or all of that. They're all together, like overseeing. He called it micromanaging it, and I thought that was cool, man, to have three legendary producers, one being there for you through, not only the good times, but through the bad times and the trials and tribulations, but then translating that into the music. This should be a legendary. I have high expectations for this album.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think the best thing he can do, maybe cut Tim and Swiss and just him and Pharrell rock out. I'm just playing.
Man.
I'm just playing.
Okay, so I think that the hardest part of this, when you're making an album, you might make, I don't know, 30, 40, 50. Some people make 80 songs, you know what I'm saying? And then they pick from all of them songs and narrow it down to the top 15 or something, and then go from there and see how they're going to do it. How do you do that? How do you pick your favorite?
I'm going to tell you first.
With them three.
You take all the songs that he did with Pharrell. Those automatically go on.
Oh, man. Like, how do you...
Pharrell get love on this show, man.
Word.
But no, for real, all right, all jokes aside, those are legendary producers for sure. Timbaland is amazing. Swiss is amazing, of course. But... Wait.
Who made Break Your Neck? Was that Timbaland? Or was that Pharrell?
That had to be Tim.
Because that sound like his beats. Okay. Mm-hmm. Of course, we got Pastor Cavassier. We got Pharrell. Which song? I know he got. What's his biggest song with Swiss? I can't think of his biggest song with Swiss Beats. I know he got songs with Swiss Beats.
He definitely has songs with Swiss.
I just off top of my head, I can't think of like.
All I'm thinking about is like some of the Rough Riders.
Didn't Swiss Beats make that?
Yeah, he did.
Touch it. So
yeah, he's had major hits with all of them. The thing I like about Busta Rhymes, he always catches these second wins.
Yeah,
like I feel like I watched him like become a big star all over again, like at least 3 times.
I would love to meet Busta Rhymes.
To meet him?
Yeah, I would love to meet because he seemed like he got crazy energy.
Yeah, of course.
Like he seemed like he just got like the crazy energy. Like being in a session with Busta Rhymes,
he's gonna hype you up.
He's gonna be. It's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be like a positive intensity. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, Buzz.
But yeah, I think him working with those producers is gonna. I have high expectations too because he has some really good ears around him now.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Lil Baby has been getting clowned on the internet for like a day or so because he was at the billionaire party with Michael Rubin. It was an all-white party, and
you mean the clothing, right?
The
he says all-white party.
Oh, all-white shirt, all-white clothing. But yeah, so he's in some compromising pictures. That make him not look like a gangster rapper to most of us.
Yeah, man. Where do we start? So, in these pictures, he's like in between 2 men. Like they're both trying to hug him at the same time. It looks a little uncomfortable. What statement would you make if you're Lil Baby? Like what do you say? What do you say to this? How do you explain this?
I don't think he can explain it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like people have like those conspiracy theories about what goes on in the industry, and like everybody, I guess, like puts their blood in a cup or whatever, and it just looks weird.
Yeah,
because he's with all the rappers. Michael Rubin, for some reason, loves rappers. Him and Meek Mill been hanging out for I think maybe 6 years. Yeah, he's the one that helped me get off of that case.
It's interesting, man. I didn't know that. It's interesting because I think Kim Kardashian, Tom Brady, Jay-Z, and Beyonce, all the higher ups, and over the years I don't want to say higher ups, but higher up in the industry, I should say, and over the years we hear a lot of different things about these parties from comedians, from different people. And I'm not trying to find out about them, but every time you do hear these things and you see these pictures and things like that, it does kind of raise some red flags. But hopefully, do you think people are going to look at his music different?
I think he's about to win 8 Grammys.
Okay, so here we go. Do you, continue on and be even more successful being in these pictures and win 8 Grammys, or do you keep your core fan base? Because I think all these people are going to be like, yo, how are we going to listen and believe all this stuff you're saying, and are we seeing you in situations like this?
Right. Like,
I don't know.
But yeah, y'all let us know what you think about those pictures.
Crickets. All right, what we got in the news? Ricky Smiley, right?
Ricky Smiley.
Oh man, Uber, what is going on?
So Ricky Smiley said that he experienced some prejudice from an Uber driver where he tried to go to the car and the guy just locked the door and drove off.
That's wild. Yeah, and apparently, I guess from the threads is going on. That's a common thing in Florida.
Yeah, they said all the time in Florida that happens.
Man, I feel like, one, discriminating, against any race, you should be cut off from driving there on that platform. 2, if Uber doesn't take them off the platform and allow them to keep doing that to multiple people, they should be fined or something. Something should happen.
So this is my thoughts on it. Yeah, of course, if it's blatant discrimination, you definitely need to be reprimanded somehow. But also on the other side, Uber gives you a choice of who you pick up. So they can't force you necessarily to pick anyone up. So they say you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was about to say that. They felt threatened, right?
Right.
They could say I felt uncomfortable or I felt threatened. You know, it's funny. One time
they actually tell you to make sure that you cancel it if you feel unsafe.
Mm-hmm. So that's a slippery slope there. But I guess the trend is they only feel unsafe with black people. But maybe if he would have dressed white, had a mask on or something,
right?
You know, would he feel unsafe then? I think they need to make some clarifications in the guidelines of what qualifies as, you know, a dropped ride or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time I've gotten in an Uber twice in my life, or 3 times, right? One time I got in an Uber coming from a party downtown Atlanta, me and Martha, and we had a young guy almost drive us off the road, right? So I didn't get back in an Uber until December of last year, right? So I had left my car somewhere and I had to go somewhere else, whatever the situation was. So it was my first time riding an Uber in mad years, and it was a Puerto Rican guy. And he was mad cool, this and that. And he told me, he was like, "Look, man, this one lady tried to get in my car. She had all these kids, and when I saw all these kids and no car seat, as soon as I pulled up, I rolled the window down and said, 'Are you bringing them in here?' And she said, 'Yeah.' And he said he rolled up the window and drove off." So apparently, they need to make some guidelines for this because people, I guess, are just winging it, yeah. just going with it.
This is Wild Wild West. You might get it right, you might not.
Might not.
All right, so BET weekend was really lit. You know, parties, drinks, strippers, and there were 2 strippers there. They went home and they got robbed for $10K.
Yeah, man, that was definitely inside job. I don't want to say inside job, but like they've been watched from the club. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't no random.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, they was watched the entire time. Okay, we see like they must have been regulars at the club. You know what I'm saying? Either regulars or was there in town for that night trying to catch a lick. They watch the situation. Who getting that money? Which ones? You know what I'm saying? Which ones is getting this money? They might have even threw some up there. You know what I'm saying? To hype it up even more. You know what I'm saying? They go by, throw some money up there. So more people throwing money up there. Oh yeah, let's get all everybody. You know, we gonna get them, and that's what they did. They followed them. They waited for them to leave the club, and they followed them to the spot.
Right.
Simple.
It was crazy to watch. You know, I guess things are getting tough out here, of course, but
robbing strippers now, huh?
I would have never guessed that. Like all the years that going to the clubs and stuff, like thinking hey, one day guys are gonna be following these girls home and taking their money. Yeah,
I mean, look at the Players Club. Yeah, they might have watched that.
We back in the 90s.
They might have watched that. It's yo,
we back in the 90s.
It's crazy.
Right. Yeah, but at least none of them were hurt.
Yeah.
They just took the money and ran off.
Yikes.
All right, so to something lighter, it seems that the younger generation is starting to get tired of online dating. And they're trying to try something new.
What they doing?
So there's this new company doing a social experiment. It's called Pair Rings, right? It's like this little bright green ring, and they want people to wear it when they're out, meaning that they're okay with meeting in person.
So basically, they put on the ring and say I'm available.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I mean, you on one side of things, you got one that says I'm married. The other side, got the ring to say I'm available. That's interesting. Okay, so is there a specific finger you're supposed to wear it on? Or?
I don't know. They didn't go into that.
Because what if they wearing the ring on the wrong finger, on the married finger?
I mean, if you have the ring and people know what it is,
yeah, they're gonna say what's up. That's interesting, man. That just shows the times we living in. Like a ring represents whether you're approachable or not. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the thought of that is interesting, but it's cool too because it's, I guess, it's different. It's innovative, you could say.
Right. It's like training wheels for dating.
Yeah.
I guess over the last like 10 years, since like Tinder came out and stuff, a lot of people have lost that cold approach style of meeting someone. So they don't like going up and saying hi. Some of the girls don't like being approached. Some of them do, some of them don't. I think majority of the people wearing this ring's more than likely going to be men, because I think women pretty much already get approached anyway, whether they want to or not. But
yeah, I mean,
it will help some girls that actually are okay with it.
Yeah, I think it's always been like the men approaching the women. You know, some women be bold and approach the men, but more than likely it's always the men. So it's interesting. I think how long do you think it's gonna take for like a mass majority of people to catch on to this?
Maybe like 2 years, 3 years. I don't know, cause like think about what just happened online with this Instagram app, Threads.
Oh yeah, I just downloaded that today.
Like they said they had 70 million downloads this week. So
Yeah,
I think once something catches on fire,
yeah,
it just catches. But
what you think about Threads?
It reminds me of like a
Twitter, right?
2011 Twitter. Because there's still things they got to work on. I don't think they have like DMing and stuff like that. But
yeah, you can't DM on there. Some other things. I downloaded it. I don't be on social media as much. I don't have enough time to, but I heard about it. It's like, yo, you should check this out. So I downloaded it, checked it out. It seemed interesting. I think so far from what I hear, it's been getting a lot of good reviews. So
I seen a meme, right? It had a dude. He was in his normal clothes, and it has like the Twitter logo on it. Then he runs out, and then he like rips those clothes off, and then he has basketball clothes on. It has the Threads logo on it. So man. I guess it's, out with the old and with the new.
Yeah, trends be changing, man. It's always something new. But, these days with AI and all these different things happening, I'm interested to see what's next.
All right, let's go to sports.
All right.
Cormani McClain.
Yes, sir. CU Buffs, stand up. Everybody in Colorado, shout out to you. CU Buffs, they have a really good team, actually. They recruited a lot of good players. This transferred over to transfer portal or just strictly through recruiting, things like that. And one of the most anticipated players is Cormani McClain, cornerback. He is out of state of Florida, one of the top prospects coming out of high school, going into college, and he signed with the CU Buffs. It was big excitement around him. I mean, lots of people around the world know his name straight from high school, right? Mm-hmm. So he's already got a lot of hype around him. When he made his announcement to go to Colorado, he did it on $1 million worth of game with Gilly and Wallow. So it was a big thing, man. It was a really big deal. And so today he had his first day of practice, and you know what he did?
What happened?
He threw up 7 times. No, but he gonna be good, man.
Jitters.
Yeah. And, well, see, this is the thing. The Colorado football team's practice is that hard. Mm-hmm. It's so intense. So I'm sure other people threw up on their first day too. But he threw up 7 times. That's just to show you, and he's been working out too. This whole, after school and all that, on this road to coming to Colorado, he's actually been working out and staying in shape and actually improving. So that just shows you how intense that workout truly is that they deal with at CU, Colorado University. So shout out to you, Cormani. Shout out to CU Buffs, Coach Prime, Bucky, and the crew. Keep making it do what it do. I can't wait for this season.
Expect them big things.
We coming.
All right, so another athlete out of high school, Joshua Jones, quarterback from Westover High School, Fayetteville, North Carolina, has been awarded $3 million in a scholarship, maintaining a 4.1 GPA, playing as a quarterback in school for the school's football team.
I love to hear stories like that.
Now, Jones said his goal is to get as many scholarships as possible and ultimately get a full ride to He ultimately could have got a prestigious award to Duke, Princeton, Dartmouth, North Carolina, Navy, Air Force, Army. Considering these offers, Jones ultimately decided to attend a HBCU. So, Yeah, I was happy when I seen that he wants to go to HBCU schools
Yeah, man,
and
that's
show some love to them.
yeah, for sure. He had all these. What Jay say? What Jay say on his shows during the shows? You could have been anywhere in the world, but you hear him. You know what I'm saying? He could have really go anywhere he want to go, and he say, "Yo, I'm gonna go to HBCU." And I think that's dope. That he's and especially come on, man, young man got a 4.1 GPA.
Yeah, I didn't see that part earlier.
Man,
So he's super smart.
I never had a 4.1. The highest I got was a 3.8.
I don't even remember what I had.
That was the highest I've ever got. I had that, but I never got a 4.1. Sheesh.
I was paying no attention in school like that. All right, so let's talk Dwayne Wade. He was playing 50-50.
Weed? Yeah, man. He was on, what was it, Club Shay Shay?
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp show. I think his show is called Club Shay Shay. But yeah, he was talking about the whole 50-50 thing, and Shannon was basically like, yo, everybody making all this hoopla about what's going on in your household, man. Explain it to us and this and that. And so he kind of broke it down to the point where he's like, there's only, I guess, a few things that they truly go 50-50 on. Mm-hmm. But like they each have their own responsibilities that they, put in 100% to. And then I guess in certain specific items, whether it's buying a house or vacations or things like that, they'll either go 50-50 on, or he'll put in, the whole shebang, and then she'll add to it to make the experience better. Right. So like they work together to make their lives the way that they want to live it, and the most enjoyable for them. And I think that's dope, man. I think that's great. I mean, when I've been many times before on podcasts where we talked about situations where like the young lady before was like, after we break up, you still got to pay all my bills and this, this and that. It's like to hear stuff like this. Like I think that's a dope story. I mean, a lot of people I guess are criticizing it, but without knowing the context of it.
Right, that's what
they just
we all
assume. Yeah, assuming by the title, right? It's like they say don't judge a book by its cover. I guess this ain't a book, but I guess don't judge the title of the news by its cover. When you look more into it, it's actually a solid situation, it seemed like.
Yeah, I like the part where he explained that I guess they got in an argument and he said it's my house, and then that's when Gabrielle was like, all right, so the next house, I'll make sure to put money down on so you never say that again. But
they got money when she said the next house.
Right.
Like they about to buy another one next week.
Yeah, I mean they can.
Yeah, they could do it. Why not? If you could do it,
make a lot of money. But yeah, it was good to hear the explanation. So now we like understand, like, okay, they have their own thing going on that they worked out.
Yeah,
and it makes sense
for them.
Sir.
Hey man, you gotta take care of what works for you.
All right, so Victor, I always get this last name butchered.
Wembanyama.
Right. Versus Britney Spears. So he was out. I guess Britney Spears went up to him, tried to get his attention.
Yeah, he's a new. So if you don't know, he's like the new, what do you call him? Big prospect for the NBA, right? Like not even prospect. Like he's signed to the Spurs, San Antonio Spurs. I think they actually play tomorrow, either tonight or tomorrow. And so he's 7'5". I mean, he got handles. He can shoot. Everybody's going crazy over him. He's the new big thing, right? And so he was out going to dinner, and Britney Spears, he didn't know who was behind him, but Britney Spears went and grabbed him, like, hey, want to take a picture or whatever. And she grabbed the back of him, and his security just threw her down, according to the reports, that his security just threw her down or pushed her away or whatever. And so she's making a huge deal about it. He didn't know it was her. He didn't know what happened because he's walking to eat dinner. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if I was him, he's answering the questions and telling what all he knows, which is somebody grabbed me and security dealt with it.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like, if this was the reverse situation and he saw Britney Spears, oh my God, it's Britney Spears. Let me grab her.
Security would have stomped him out.
He would have been hurt, boy. He wouldn't be going to the NBA. He'd be going to the hospital.
But that's so random. Like, Britney Spears just runs up to people and grabs
Yeah,
them.
like it seemed kind of weird, right? Like it almost seemed like because I haven't heard nothing about her in such a long time, so it almost seemed like a stunt.
Right.
Like here's a new, you know, big NBA star that everybody's talking about. Here's my chance to get back in the news. Like,
It worked though.
It worked. So, but I'm not with that whole. Hopefully, they send me a statement, public statement, apologize.
There's no reason to.
What? You grabbed me.
Yeah, don't run up to people like that.
You grabbed me, and I wasn't even the one who did anything. So,
You think he did her the same way that Drake did that girl?
absolutely, nah. This kid, he's not to that level of savage. He's a brand new star. He was a star overseas. And now he's coming to America, and everybody's going crazy over him. I say give him a couple years, and then he'll get into his bag.
Right. All right, so LeBron James.
Bron. Well, shout out to you. But please stop coaching. Man, all right, I'm gonna stop. Look, Bron the homie, and always want nothing but the best for him. But you know, he coached his son's basketball team recently. They had a game. He coached them, and they lost. So, you know, internet's going crazy. Of course, people always commenting and like, you know, you lost in the NBA. Now you trying to make your sons lose and all these kind of things. And it's like, you know, you gotta let him do what he loves. I think at the end of the day, as long as Bron is close to basketball or doing anything with basketball, it benefits everybody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? As long as LeBron is working on anything that involves basketball, the world is benefiting.
Right. That's what we know him for. That's what he's good at.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're nearing the end of our show now. Do you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, except for you know, we appreciate y'all. I want to say that, you know, we say it a lot, but we want to keep on continue to spread the message. We appreciate y'all. Please
before we close out.
Uh-huh.
You know, we gotta do at least one question.
All
right, so I want you to think about your childhood foods that you like, the snacks.
Okay, so not a meal, just like...
No, just snacks.
Okay.
So what is one food that you ate when you were a kid that you wouldn't feed to your own children or the young people in your family?
Ooh. Oh, man.
So I actually know one.
All right, what's one?
For me, it would be Pop-Tarts.
I used to eat them in college.
Yeah.
I used to eat Pop-Tarts in college. I would say a moon... You know what a moon pie is?
Yeah.
I would say a moon pie.
I think a lot of the foods we've learned that, you know, they had too much sugar, too much starch and all that stuff. So
they had too much everything. That and
too much food coloring.
Man, annihilators and all that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, I say moon pie. Since you said the Pop-Tart, I say the moon pie.
It's just, yeah. Don't feed that to your kids, guys.
If you don't know what that is, go to your local bodega and ask for one. They'll point you in the right direction.
All right, now we can close out.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, just saying that we appreciate y'all. Please continue to support, like, subscribe, share. And if there's any subjects or topics we miss, put it in the comments and let us know.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you guys if you made it to the end, and we'll catch you on the next one. I'm Canary Balance.
Slyce.
Peace.